And you're the only person in this parking lot, so you have plenty of room. Then this clown just starts full-on sprinting directly at your car, right?
No, wait, he honks his nose. He needs to honk his nose first.
Yeah.
All right, hello and welcome to the TIMEBAT Show. I am Bat Snacks.
I'm TIMEBASS. Hello and welcome to the show, episode number 8, I think.
8.
Is that? I think that's right. Actually, I think I got it right.
I think we got it right this week.
I got it right this week. You always.
No, you got
it.
Right, yeah, you get all the credit for that.
So yeah, this has been an interesting week, for me, I guess. Well, not really for me, but I'm not feeling too hot this week. Getting a little sick, I feel like.
Oh, that's a shame. It's been a pretty good week for me. It's been eventful. Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah? What's happening over there in the old Florida?
Well, recently I went to a random thing that a person I know was hosting.
That could not be more vague. A random thing.
No, but here's what we were doing.
You know.
So I got invited to an IT party.
Uh-huh.
And pretty much what happens at this IT party is they were installing Linux Mint on a weird laptop. That's an IT party.
That's their idea of a party.
Yeah, it was a really good party. And I have a couple things interesting things to say about Linux Mint that I learned at this party that I didn't know yet.
Well, first of all, did it work? Like, did they get it?
It did, and that's the really cool thing about this party. Mm-hmm. See, this laptop was about 4 years old. It's got a Core Duo processor and only 2 gigs of RAM, so it's
seen better
probably
days.
Like a $50 to $100 laptop. Yeah. And Linux Mint, for anybody that doesn't know, is a free operating system that you can download and burn a CD of for free and install on really old hardware, and it's actually really good.
You sound like you are doing an advertisement for Linux Mint right now.
Well, I mean...
You kind of are, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. But it's free.
It was exciting, though. So here's the cool thing. Mm-hmm. All of the drivers were already on the CD, and you didn't have to do any command line stuff to install any of them.
Really?
So pretty much what happened was the mouse, the keyboard, the monitor, the hard drive, everything was set up during the wizard, like you just automatically. And it worked immediately, which was really surprising because I'm not used to Linux
working at all.
Especially on like a 4-year-old computer.
Well,
and it's interesting because the person that was installing Mint on this laptop had tried to install Windows 10 on the laptop,
and it didn't work.
And none of the drivers were supported
because it's too old or whatever.
Yeah,
that is interesting. I don't use Linux.
Cool.
Because it's a pain in the ass to install.
But if you actually want to do anything on a computer, it's
right, exactly.
Windows.
Exactly. I have to ask, how did you get invited to an IT party, quote unquote?
Someone I know was giving a presentation for like some kind of Linux club that he's in. Okay. And it was at this data center.
Yes. Okay.
And pretty much it was just a bunch of people that do IT hanging out in a data center lobby, and he installed Linux Mint in front of all of us, and we were all shocked and amazed at how easy it was. Okay. Because the drivers were all there on the CD.
And everyone gasped.
All open source.
Did everyone clap afterwards too?
Oh, and this laptop had a biometric scanner on it that even installed correctly.
The driver for that? Really?
Yes, Linux Mint.
Wow.
So Linux, I guess, has come a pretty long way.
Apparently, although no one uses it still. Well, people that are, hardcore into computers do, but...
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. Everyone has their, friend that's into Linux a lot.
Yeah.
I have, a friend in college that, was obsessed with Linux, even though it, he had a Windows laptop, but he had his other laptop that was older that he would be obsessed with trying new Linux distributions on or whatever.
Yeah.
And it never worked properly, but he always like did it, and he would tell me like, "Oh, this one's so good, it's like twice
You
as
can use a
fast."
web browser
and you're
on
like,
it.
"That's great. I can do that right now on my regular computer. Thank you." But I don't know. It's always been like a confusing thing. But I think it's just like, people who like to tinker with that kind of stuff, it's an enjoyable, thing. You know what I mean?
And they are using Linux for a lot of different stuff. Like
a lot of
modern
servers
technology
are
too. Like the new Steam OS is Linux based.
Right.
I don't know if that will ever be relevant, but
I hear some people. I know some people that have it, but not like on their main computer. They have like a smaller,
right,
computer that they have that installed on it.
Yeah,
a lot of servers use Linux. Backend stuff uses Linux, but just like as an operating system for like day-to-day life, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's just me. If you want to use Linux.
Yeah. If you just need
hoops.
like a web browser and maybe a word processor or something, though, I think it can work really good.
Yeah,
Be really inexpensive.
Absolutely. I have a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, that's another good way to use it.
That's Linux. It's
definitely cannot put Windows on that.
No, I it's not like I'm using it every day, but it's got a web browser. It can emulate games. The end.
Yeah.
That's all I need it for. So. I shouldn't say I emulate games. I emulate games only that I already own.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Just put that small remark.
Well, what else would you do with it?
I don't know. I don't think there's a use other than that, really.
Yeah.
Because you have to own them first. That's the law.
Yeah, it's the rules.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules. So do you want to talk about like the big news of today right now, or do you want to like talk about like something silly first? Because there's some big news that came out today that I don't know if I think you're aware of it, right?
Yeah, I think I am.
But then there's also like some silly shit that's happening in the world that it's fun to talk about too. I don't know.
Let's build up to the big news.
Okay.
Yeah. What else is?
All right.
What else is happening in the world?
I don't know if you've been hearing about all these damn clowns all over the United States that are scaring people half to death. Have you heard about this?
Is that a real thing that's happening? I've seen it.
It's a real thing that's happening right now.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. It's happening in multiple states. I think it's mostly on like the East Coast and like the South to Midwest kind of stuff. Like it's not really. It's happened in the Eastern Corridor mostly, but it's weird because people are dressing up as clowns. And they are going out in the middle of the night, and it's usually in like a small town or like a mid-sized kind of town, and they're scaring people to death, and people are they're kind of freaking out because like when you see a scary clown at night, like I would probably know in the back of my mind like, okay, this is probably a prank, but at the same time I'm like, or he could murder me. You know?
Seeing a clown anywhere that they're not supposed to be, like, would be really scary.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. I remember seeing a story where there were two clowns in, like, I don't remember where it is. It was, like, Alabama or something. And they, like, tried to scare people, and then they were found, like, dead the next day. Like,
that
the
is
clowns
terrible.
were murdered.
It's like the curse of the clown.
But, like, if you think about it, like, why are clowns going around trying to scare people in, like, I don't know.
I've been reading about this for a few months. This isn't just an October thing. This has been happening.
No, I know. It's been building.
In the news.
I feel like it's been building up because of October. So, anyway, Mississippi, there's a county in Mississippi that had it. Happened to a bunch of times. So they just flat out banned wearing clown costumes.
You can't ban wearing
Well, they
clown
did. They were like, you can't wear clown costumes at least until after Halloween, which I don't know. A lot of people are going to be pissed they're not going to be able to wear their costume.
I wouldn't be that pissed.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, clowns are terrible. They're not good.
It's just a really weird thing that's going on. Like, what's our society come to when we're all running around as clowns? I don't get it.
who decided clowns too? That's not even a cool costume.
I mean, it was probably someone on the internet, right? Some kid was like, "It would be really cool if I got a bunch of my friends to dress up as scary clowns," and then it went viral, as they say, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And it went viral. We've gone viral. Sorry.
With the clown costumes.
With the clown costumes, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where the hell it came from, but I keep reading about stories, day after day, and I don't know. I feel like Halloween we're gonna see some crazy clown
clown apocalypse.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Clown apocalypse. They're gonna all come out with like bats with like barbed wire on the end, and they're gonna be in the streets of our cities.
They're gonna get us all.
They're gonna get us all. It's gonna be like a movie.
The first time I read about this story, I just kind of assumed it was
an isolated thing.
News. Yeah, it was like or just news places making stuff up because they had nothing else to cover.
Oh, I think it did originate that way. I bet it did, and then people
maybe
read about
that's what triggered.
Oh, so like the media did this to themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah, like maybe this wasn't actually a thing, but someone read about it in the news, and it was a fake story just because they had nothing to say.
Nothing else to report.
Yeah,
about.
Some guy who's required to write like 5 pages a day and get paid like 5 cents a page.
Oh, this is so dumb.
I have nothing to write about, and he writes about clowns or terrorizing the town.
People saw it, and people were like, "I want to be," and then copycats basically were like, "I want to be a town that terrorizes the town."
And suddenly, we're here in this clown epidemic. Approaching the clown apocalypse in October.
Would you call it an epidemic then?
I mean, no. That might be. See, this is how it starts. You call it something that it's not in people.
We're all gonna die. Apparently, the New York Times has written like a really long article on the clown thing.
Terrible.
So that's how you know it's like legit when the New York Times
just gonna make it worse.
Has decided to cover your story. Then this is a real thing. This is a real phenomenon. And this was 5 days ago. So there you go. So clowns. So everyone that's listening at home, be on the lookout for clowns. I don't know.
If you see a clown.
Yeah, just run away.
Just run. If there's a clown.
Maybe not run, but you can walk briskly away.
Yeah, don't make eye contact.
I mean, how do you know if you're making eye contact with a clown, though? They're wearing all that makeup. It's hard to
That's
tell.
True.
If they honk their nose at you, that's the sign to run. That's their tell.
That's their sign that they're becoming aggressive and they're aggroing on you.
They're basically letting you know that they've chosen you as a sacrifice to the clown gods or whatever, and they're about to full sprint at you. That would be terrifying. Like if a clown
that would be
full
horrible.
Sprinted at you, head first, head down.
He's just running as fast as he can.
As fast as he can. Okay, imagine this. Let me paint a picture for you, okay? You're in a dark parking lot. It's a little wet on the ground. You're sitting
just
there.
Walking your dog or something.
No, you're in your car. Let's say you're in your car.
Okay, you're in your car.
You're in a dark parking lot, 11:30 p.m. It just rained. It just got done raining. You were out late for some reason. Maybe you had to pick up something. Anyway, you pulled over on the side of the road because you had a text and you wanted to read it, or you got an email or something. Now you're about to put your car, about to turn your car back on, head home, and all of a sudden you see a clown right in front of your car. Well, let's say 15 feet away. So
he needs some space to run.
So you turn your car on and you turn your lights on, and that just only illuminates the creepiness of this clown.
Yes.
You don't want to run him over, so you throw the thing in reverse, right? And you start backing up. And you're the only person in this parking lot, so you have plenty of room. But then this clown just starts full on sprinting directly at your car, right?
No, wait, he honks his nose. He needs to honk his nose first.
Yeah. And then it just full on sprinters runs right to your car. So you're thinking, all right, I gotta get the hell out of the way. So you as you're backing up, you're still in reverse. You try to swing your car around in another direction, but he sticks to you like glue. He's there the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. And so you do one of those movie backup things where you back up real fast and then swing your tail around.
Front around,
the bullet
get going
maneuver,
and forward.
Yeah. And then you shift into drive and you slam on the on the gas, right? And then the
But
clown,
at this point, he's on your car.
But
he's
at this
on
point,
top.
he's like right behind you, like,
Yeah.
and you see him in the rearview mirror, and he like leaps onto your car, onto the trunk, and he has these like really long fingernails that like embed into your trunk, and so now he's like he's holding on, and you're driving down like a rural like dirt road at this point somehow, and you're like swerving left and right to try to get him off, but he's like climbing up, you know.
Yeah.
One hand after another.
Yeah, this is like the Terminator, pretty much.
Yeah, basically just exactly like Terminator 2 when he's on the car or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he like gets to like the hood of the car and he uses his nails and you can see them like coming through the roof and he like rips it open. And then he like you look up and you see his evil smile and he like his hand comes down at your throat and then all of a sudden you wake up and you realize, oh, that was a dream. That was intense.
Nice.
Wouldn't that be frightening? Though?
And then you call the New York Times.
And then you call the New York Times, and they write a story about it. And you're like, oh, that really happened, though. That wasn't a dream. And they're like, oh, no, scary clown epidemic. I'm sorry I just talked 5 minutes about a scary...
No, it's okay. It was a good scene. And that was a good movie.
Clown.
That was a good movie scene, too.
That would be frightening,
Terminator
though,
2.
that thing would happen, you know?
It would be even scarier if it was a clown than a Terminator.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm scared myself a little bit there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. There was some big news this week, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can talk about actual and real news and not fake clown news. What was it? Do you know anything about this?
Nintendo announced their new console
They
today.
did. It was today. It was this morning. I got up.
Yeah, it was at 7 a.m.
It was at 9 a.m. here, but yes, it was early. I got up specifically for it, too. That's how much of a nerd I am. Like, I heard that they were doing it at, like, 9 o'clock, so I set my alarm. And I was like, I'm going to be awake. Even though it's, like, a video, I didn't care.
Yeah, it was only, like, a 2-minute teaser.
It was, like, 2 minutes, but I, like, set my alarm to see it. Yeah, it's called the Switch.
Switch.
Pretty cool name, I think.
That's a cool enough name.
It's fun to say, don't you think? Switch.
Yeah.
I think it's because it has, like, that cool,
It's like switch, latch.
the ch at the end. Like, it has that hard, like, ch sound at the end. But I don't know. Did you watch the teaser thingy or whatever, the announcement?
Yes.
video?
Yes, I did.
So what are your thoughts, your impressions?
I think it looks really cool. So it's like a tablet that you stick in a box, right?
Basically, yes.
And the tablet, or no, wait, there's a controller too, and you can break the controller in half and attach it to the tablet and like make a portable device.
Yeah,
or
basically.
you can fuse the two halves of the controller together and make a single controller.
Yep.
Or you can break the controller in half and give half to your friend, and there's two controllers.
There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's bridging like all the gaps basically that are left in either, consoles where like is this a home console? Is this a portable console? Is this
Does
whatever?
it have touch screen?
Yeah,
Does
exactly.
it have an
like-
accelerometer for movement
basically-
feedback? Yeah.
I don't know if it has an accelerometer. I would guess that it does.
I think it does.
Because their last console had one built into their controller, and like PlayStation 4, even though they don't use it that much, they have one in their controller.
I would expect there
So
to be
I would
one
expect
in
there to be one.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the individual pieces that you break off, but probably in like the base, like the thing you plug the pieces in. I'd expect that to be.
Even the pieces that you break off, I wouldn't be that surprised because they're pretty small.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's an interesting concept. I like it. And
they announced some games that'll be available close to launch too.
Yeah, they announced some games that like basically are just games that we've already seen, just kind of in a different version.
Still though, one of them was Skyrim, and that's a Bethesda game. I don't think there's ever been a Bethesda game on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think there has. So now you could maybe potentially play Fallout 3 on a portable device like the NX?
If they port it, I would say maybe. That would be really cool.
I think that would be really cool.
I would be very excited for that.
I would be extremely excited.
I wonder if they've ever... I don't know if they've ever made for a Nintendo console before, because Elder Scrolls was PC for a while until the Xbox came out, and then they put it on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then only when the PS3 came out did they do they did... What did they put on PS3? Skyrim was for PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fallout was PC, and before it made the transition to consoles, and it never came out on Nintendo stuff. So I don't think Bethesda's ever made a, game on Nintendo console, which is kind of neat. That's cool.
Yeah, there was also From Software was another one of the third-party companies.
That's freaking
maybe
exciting.
Potentially a new Armored Core game.
I like how that's where your head goes to first.
That's the first thing I'm thinking.
Everyone else in the universe is like Dark Souls, Dark Souls. But you're like, Armored Core!
I want an Armored Core game.
They're going to make Armored Core. I always forget that, I don't forget.
It's such a good series.
No, I know. I always forget that, people that are really in love with Dark Souls, know From Software for Dark Souls. And they don't really know them for Armored Core. They might know that they they did Armored Core. But I always forget that you were a really big Armored Core fan.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games.
The PS2
back in the day.
days or whatever. And so it's just funny that that's the first thing that pops into your head.
That is when I saw From Software.
You were like, Armored Core!
Third party. I was like, hell yeah! I'm gonna get a new Armored Core game.
Where everyone else in the universe is like, oh, Dark Souls 3 probably or something coming to it. I keep saying NX. Switch.
No, it's the
Switch.
Switch.
The Switch. It's going to be hard to get that right, because I've been saying NX for so long.
You could probably just call it the NX forever and it would be fine.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I'm pretty sure NX was trending on Twitter more than Nintendo Switch was.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I like the idea a lot.
So do I.
I like the fact that you can play, on your TV, and then you can just make it a portable when you want to. And I don't do that much portable gaming, but what I'll do is, because I have a Wii U, and, they have, the tablet controller kind of deal already, but it's, you can only be within so many feet of, the main unit. But what I'll do is I'll, play it just on the tablet, and then the TV will have, a television show on, or my wife will watch something else or whatever, you know what I mean? So, it saves the TV from being utilized, which is nice. So, with this, I can imagine, I'm playing on the big TV. It's and then someone's like, oh, I want to watch TV. Or, maybe I want to go in my bedroom and lay on my bed while I play a video game or whatever. I can see myself using that.
Yeah, I think it'll be really big with families.
Yeah, because it's an easy...
The adults want to watch TV, go play your game somewhere.
And you can literally just take it wherever you want without any, you don't have to take any cords or anything, because the controllers are attached to the unit already,
And if you're riding in the car and maybe the person... I mean, the way it is now, you both need to have a Nintendo DS to play together. Now you can just break off half the controller and give it to your friend and say, hey, listen.
That is probably the most exciting thing.
That is so cool.
For me, in general, because portable multiplayer gaming has always had this, huge barrier to entry, right?
Yeah.
You both have to have the stupid device. You both usually have to have the game. And then you both have to be, right next to each other. And, it's so hard to,
and you both need to have the same versions of everything.
And it's okay, so we both have to spend, $300 to play this portable game together? That's stupid, you know what I mean? Yeah. But with this, it's just one person has to own the thing, and they only have to own one copy of the game, and then you can just bring it to, the park or whatever, or wherever you want to go, and then, boom, you're both playing this portable game at the same time,
Yeah.
How cool is that? You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Incredibly awesome. Because there's not really been there's very few multiplayer portable games. And the ones that do exist are always, ones that, Nintendo's made them with, they made, Four Swords Adventure. You remember that, Zelda? That was,
for the GameCube.
They all, worked, but they were all, you had to be a really dedicated fan to play those, because every one of your friends had to have the device and the game. Whereas this is
didn't you need to have the Game Boy what was it?
I think you had to have like
color?
you had to have the advance. So there was always this like barrier to like, okay, I have to like set all this stuff up first. This is, really dumb. But with this, it's just like, oh, I own this game. I'm going to take it to, someone's house or go somewhere. And then a friend will be like, oh, what's that? And I'll be like, well, let's play right now. Boom. Like, I don't know. That's just an incredible thing.
I saw one of the other third parties that I know Nintendo like pretty much already works with, but Capcom, and I was thinking like fighting games on that.
Yeah, on the go.
Super fun.
Yeah, on the go. Like if we got like Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom or Night Stalker, whatever.
Play on a plane.
Yeah, exactly. Like with a buddy, with like the random guy you're sitting next to.
Yeah, be like, hey, you want to play some Marvel vs. Capcom with me?
Or
he'd be like, no, leave me alone. You're weird.
Play
Go
Street
away.
Fighter, and he's like, no, I haven't played that game in years. And he's like, and you're like, ha ha ha, I'll beat him really good. And then he chooses like, I don't know, Ken or he'll choose like Sagat or something, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll like kick your ass, and you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
How did you know how to play? And he's like,
you have to use down forward super next to the backwards. I don't know the Street Fighter terms.
Oh, you need to save your super gauge a little more and use a reverse air cancel dodge to cancel into the
fireball dash.
Sure
you can.
Fireball dash. Buffer your input more, noob, or whatever. I could do a whole episode on fake Street Fighter fighting game terminology.
Yeah, we'd probably make everybody really mad.
Buffer your hitbox into that flash canceled up dash.
Turbo
Boosted.
Yeah.
Canceled counter power drive.
Anyway, I guess we're both pretty excited about this.
Yeah,
console.
I like it a lot.
This will be a console that I buy. I haven't bought a console in a while.
Which is weird for you because not only do you not buy consoles very much anymore because you're mostly PC, you haven't bought a Nintendo console in a long time.
Not since GameCube.
Yeah, see? I always buy Nintendo consoles because I love Nintendo games. But it is big for you to say that, I think.
Yeah.
Because that shows that it's a big deal,
I feel like it's not as gimmicky maybe is the Wii and the Wii U.
It's not as gimmicky. I mean, its main gimmick is like a gimmick that's actually like, okay, I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a gimmick that's like, oh, like where the Wii is like, it's cool.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like,
I don't want to say that the Wii and the Wii U are bad.
No, but like if you don't care
but
about motion controls, then you're not going to get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And with the Wii U, like if you don't really care about the second screen, you're not going to really get anything out of it. But like with the what the hell is it called?
NX?
The Switch. With the Switch, it's like a regular console, and then optionally, it's a portable whatever the hell you want it to be. So I don't know. It just works better, I think, for people.
You could probably watch Netflix on it.
Oh, you definitely will be able to. Yeah. So I'm excited. And then the other games they had were like first party Nintendo games like Splatoon is coming to it.
Mario Party, obviously.
Fantastic game.
Not Party, Mario Kart, rather.
Mario Kart, yeah. So
Mario Party would be fun as heck.
I'm sure they'll make Mario Kart. So Splatoon and Mario Kart they looked very similar to the Wii U versions, but I would assume they're going to get like an upgraded port, to the Switch. But Splatoon is an amazing game if you haven't played it. It is
it's fun.
I love that game so much.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
It's a really brilliant game. Mario Kart 8 is also really good. And I saw an interesting rumor about Mario Kart 8. The footage they showed of Mario Kart 8, and it's just Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Mario Kart is. But the footage they showed of Mario Kart 8 in the trailer looked very similar to the one for the Wii U, except the characters could hold 2 items instead of 1. Ooh.
So that's a mechanic that is not in an existing game.
Well, that is in one existing game, and
Double
that
Dash.
game is Double Dash.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be the perfect
Right?
console for Double Dash.
Right? I would be so
Isn't
excited.
King Boo a character in Double Dash, too?
Yes, he is a character. And he is not in the Wii U Mario Kart either. But he was in the trailer for the new one.
We might be moving into conspiracy territory.
No,
here,
I don't
though.
think it looks identical to. It looks pretty similar to Mario Kart 8, but it has those 2 things that aren't in it. I don't know. I would be.
I wasn't
excited.
looking that closely, but I believe you. I
would be so excited if Double Dash like came back.
That would be the greatest ever. That was the best Mario Kart game
like,
by far. Yeah.
Double Dash is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
It's just so
asymmetric party racing game.
I know. How good is that game? It's so good.
And you can play it one player, but you have to multitask, and
right.
It's hard and
fun.
Yeah.
And fun, yeah. How cool would it be to like take that around and someone that's never played Double Dash Mario Kart before, but like it's portable, so you'd be like, here, have this, and
just ride in the back, throw
be
my items.
wingman, you know. And like, what a mind blowing! I don't know. That would be such a cool experience.
Yeah,
I would love that. Anyway, so maybe it's not, but the signs point to possibly ?
It would be a really good idea, and Nintendo would probably think of that, and it'd be a smart decision.
I would play the shit out of that.
Yeah.
That'd be very exciting. But anyway, NX or Switch, whatever, super exciting.
Switch.
Also has probably a Mario coming out for it. Oh, well, they showed some footage, so.
Yeah.
It's going to have all the regular Nintendo stuff.
So, are we ready for some questions for this week?
I think so. I don't have anything else about scary clowns. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I think we should transition. We can transition to some questions. You have any stuff?
I have a good one we can start with.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
This kind of goes in line with your story from last week, if anyone wants to check that out.
What was my story from last week?
You managed to almost lose a finger while making garlic bread.
Should I give you an update on my finger?
Is it doing okay?
It is doing a lot better.
That's good.
But it's still not healed yet.
Yes.
For a while there, I thought I was dying because it like wasn't changing for like a whole week.
That's what happens when you cut yourself with a serrated knife.
Yeah.
It doesn't heal.
I think I lost some feeling I think it's not gonna be the same. You know, you know what I mean? Like
never again.
Which is funny because my other finger it's on my left hand. It's my left middle finger. Mm-hmm. On my left hand, my pointer, my index finger, is crooked. Because when I was a kid, I think I was like playing football or something, and I caught it wrong and stoved it, and it like was like dislocated, and it never healed properly. So
nice.
I'm gonna have two fingers next to each other that are messed up.
You'll be okay. You can still play video games.
Oh yeah, it'll be another extra story I can tell people. Like, check out these fingers.
Speaking of,
says everyone.
What is the stupidest way you've injured yourself?
Oh, we can go right into the story. No, I don't think that was the stupidest way.
No, definitely not.
I think the garlic bread might. I don't know. It was pretty stupid.
You were trying to do something that you shouldn't have
was
been
meaningless. Like
yes.
It had no bearing on my life.
Yes.
Like looking back, it was like, why am I doing this? Like I don't care about this stupid garlic bread that much. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to. I don't know.
So I have a couple pretty good ways.
Okay, what are your ways?
So when I was younger, I was trying to make diamonds by boiling charcoal. Yeah, because that makes, trust me,
that works.
It made perfect sense.
It made sense
at the
when
time.
you were like 12 or whatever. Right?
So anyway, I got a baking bin, one of those aluminum ones, and I filled it with charcoal and covered it with water.
A bin? Is that like a?
It was like a bread thing you bake bread in.
Okay,
and it was
so
aluminum.
it's a little deep. Like
it wasn't a pot, yeah.
But it has some depth to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was no safe way to pick it up without severely injuring yourself.
Except using, I see where this story is going.
Yeah, why would you use gloves to pick that up? Anyway, I filled it with water and boiled it on the stove. Mm-hmm. And I thought that by moving it to the freezer quickly, it would make the diamonds form faster. That's just science.
That is science. That's Newton's
So I
law
went to pick it up with my hand.
Yes.
And it exploded all over my hand.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be like you're gonna burn your hands.
No, I did.
Oh.
I tried to pick it up, and it was instantly burning the crap out of my hand, and then I dropped it all over my hand and my arm.
Okay.
And all over the kitchen there was charcoal and water, and my hand was boiled in water. And I got massive burns and no diamonds.
Wow. And no diamonds. That's sad.
No diamonds.
That is kind of like the garlic bread story, but, the
feel like
cause
I
was
had
more justified.
I feel like I had good reasons. They just weren't right reasons.
Yeah, they weren't correct, but you wanted diamonds, which, I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense. How old were you when this happened?
I was pretty, maybe 8.
Oh, you're pretty young.
Yeah, pretty young.
Well, I will excuse that. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that was really stupid, though.
It kind of sounds right. Like, as an 8-year-old, I would believe that. Like,
Yeah, I had heard that...
Yeah, if you told me, like, you could boil charcoal and then put it in the freezer, it'll become that. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Where were your parents when all this is happening?
I was trying to probably do it secretly.
Oh, right. So it's like in the middle of the night or something.
It was a secret project.
You don't want to let your parents know you're making diamonds so you can keep all the diamonds to yourself.
They'll try to take them.
They will.
All the diamonds for myself.
That's true. But yeah, everybody knows that if you boil them and then you put them in the refrigerator or the freezer real fast.
Yeah.
The
rapid temperature decrease causes the coal to...
Causes diamondization.
Diamondization.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's Newton's fourth law of physics. The law of quick heat diamondization.
Yes, everyone listening should try it at home. Yeah. Actually, don't, because you'll wind up like me.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it because we don't want you to get diamonds. We're going to save all the diamonds for ourselves.
That's really why we don't want you to do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good story. Yeah, I don't know what mine is, but I'm going to tentatively say the garlic bread story. So
yeah, that's it. That was a really good story.
If you want to go in depth, you can listen to the last episode, listeners at home. Okay, I have a question for you. This is okay. I feel like we're talking about video games too much, though. But it's a video game related question.
It's fine. It's a video game week.
This will be that episode, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm not going to even say the first part. Pick a video game that's your favorite video game, just on a whim. It doesn't have to be your absolute favorite, but just pick one you really like right now.
StarCraft Brood War.
I knew you were going to say StarCraft. That's fine. All right. Now change one letter in that title. Anywhere. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Now say it. It has to make sense. It can't be like a random...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to modify that title.
You could remove a letter. So it could be like Tarcraft.
Or StarRaft. It's like a raft between the stars. Okay, and it's a brood war.
Now you have to explain... Now you have to explain what the video game is like and what it's about.
It just kind of writes itself. It's you take a raft in between the stars to spread your brood.
Is it like Oregon Trail?
No. Yes, it's exactly like that. It's like somehow, how does the raft get... Like, we need a propulsion system, to get the raft between the stars.
It's ensconced in like a glass like thing too, right? The raft. Or is the raft just free floating?
Maybe the raft is one of those self-inflating rafts. And
so we're not even talking about like an actual like space raft. This is like a raft.
No, this is a raft. You ride down the rapids.
A raft you'd find at home.
Yes, that you forge the river within Oregon Trail. It's the same thing.
So you take this up into the galaxy, the heavens, if you will.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you have to spread your brood, which
the final destination is they live in the raft.
Yes.
Okay, that's creepy, but all right.
It's fine.
Are they like
an alien race?
Are they like microorganisms?
You're playing as an alien race.
Okay, so let's say you're from like Alpha Centauri, right? And you have to get to Earth to like spread your brood to Earth. Mm-hmm. So and all your young are like they're like small microorganisms at this point, and they're like inside the air
that's how you keep them alive, inside the walls of the raft.
Yes, this is good. Yeah,
and
that's it.
That's it. That's the game.
That's it. One and done.
I don't know if I would play that game, but
I mean, you could you could have mechanics there, right? Like you have to dodge asteroids, and sometimes your raft is like deflating, so you have to patch it up or whatever.
Have you ever played Earthworm Jim?
Yeah.
You know that mini game in between levels where you're riding in between the asteroids and you have to catch the chicken guy?
Yes.
It's
be
just
that.
like that. Yeah,
okay,
it's
like
just
that's exactly it's that, but in like 3D, and it's called StarRaft.
StarRaft.
I
War.
like StarRaft. Why? Well, what about the war part? That doesn't really make that much sense. Maybe
it's war against humanity.
Maybe when you get to Earth. Oh, it's like a procedurally generated kind of deal. Like, have you played like Faster Than Light, like FTL?
Yeah.
Like when you get to the end, depending on how many of your brood you have left. Like,
okay. You get a score.
Something happens. You see the battle basically, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Kind of deal. But in between, you have to surmount a number of obstacles, like asteroids and your raft getting struck by something, and space pirates, stuff like that.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So that's StarRaft.
StarRaft.
So yeah, I think we need to pitch this to. I want to say Blizzard probably would be the best studio for this one.
I don't know if anyone else could make it. I mean, they could. I mean, there's no proprietary Blizzard stuff in this technically, even if the title is very similar.
No. What I imagine StarRaft for some reason. I imagine you, the player character, looks like a Hydralisk though for some reason. From StarCraft. But we'd probably have to call him something different. Like a one-letter removed version of the Hydralisk. Like a
Raftalisk. It's a Raftalisk.
Okay, that's him then. He's like blue. He
is the raft.
Wait a minute.
No, we just changed it. He's the raft. He's a biological raft.
I'm so confused now.
He's like
I thought we were done with this and we just jumped back in. Okay, hold on. So he is the raft.
Yes.
So
he's the StarRaft.
Is he inflated then? Like, is he inflatable?
Yeah, you have to make stops at planets to gather air to keep yourself inflated.
Okay, and then the children are like within him or her or whatever.
Yes, when you lose air, they slowly die, and you have to reach the end, keeping a certain number alive.
Oh, I can imagine he has like a couple like antennae and like arms that he could use to like slice at things while he's drifting through space. Like if an asteroid's coming and you can't get out of the way, you could like chop it up with your long arms.
And you can use some of your health for propulsion.
Oh yeah, that's good. Like it's like a it's like a
you can't use too much of it. But
no, because then you'll
for emergencies.
Yeah, but I imagine he has like long spidery arms that are like coming out at the end of the raft, like a praying mantis.
Yes, he can grab stuff and he can knock stuff away.
You can get like upgrades to your arms.
Yes,
like, you can get some arms that can like do like sewing to sew up those leaks in your raft.
You can make like spider webs and stuff to catch.
To trap stuff, to trap
traps
and stuff. Yeah. And then you can have an upgrade where one of your arms becomes like a blowtorch that you could like. You can craft things with.
You can use your health to blow fire.
Yes, exactly. See. Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of your mouth. That's just like on the front of the raft, and you're just like ah. But like you lose some air because you're using some of that air to like create the fire.
You have to stop at a planet soon to restock.
You're kind of like a big dragon that's in the shape of a raft.
Really. It is really funny looking.
Basically, that's what you're a big dragon raft with your young in your like raft belly.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. Okay. I like this game a lot.
I think we beat that question.
That was good. All right. Do you have another one ready to go down the pipe? Sorry, I'm just thinking of StarRaft more.
How about if every country's statues came to life and had a battle royale, which country would win?
This is a really weird question.
Yeah, it's a little more serious, I guess.
think the country with the most statues would just win.
But there are some countries with really big statues, like Egypt.
Do they have big statues?
I mean, the Sphinx is a pretty big statue.
But they don't have many of them because they're like, a lot of them are destroyed at this point.
That's true. They would be like missing a face and arms.
I mean, we have a lot of statues here in the United States.
Yeah, we really do, especially in DC.
Yeah, there's a lot of statues.
Yeah, we have giant Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
He would be a very
he would
powerful
mess stuff
statue.
up. Yeah, he would mess stuff up. I feel like Egypt would do well, but they're not going to do as well as us because we just have so many more statues than they do at this point. Like
That's
maybe
true.
maybe back in ancient Egyptian times they had a lot and they
They
did.
probably definitely win.
But yeah, now like a lot of those are deteriorated. They're gone.
Oh, what about Easter Island? All those big heads.
Oh yeah, there's like hundreds of those things.
Yeah.
That'd be a creepy army to go up against, don't you think?
I would really like to see this battle royale.
They're like
though.
all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there like a rumor that like they have like bodies under their heads or something like that?
That is
that
really
true?
terrifying to think about.
I don't remember if that was true. It might have been like just a rumor.
If they do, that's insane.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
That's a good idea. But yeah, wouldn't this be a good movie though? All the statues come to life and fight each other.
Yeah, I would watch it.
Yeah, so would I. It's like Pacific Rim, except like historical.
Apparently
Instead of futuristic.
they do have bodies, but they're not like complicated bodies. They're just like they're just longer than they look because they're buried.
That's still, those heads are giant, and the fact that they're even bigger underneath the earth and how they got buried and all that is. That's
so
insane.
they would cause some damage too.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're like the underdog because Easter Island is so small.
Yeah.
But
they have a lot of
quite
statues.
sizable. Yeah.
Yeah. Some European countries have a lot of statues too, but again, they're more artistic. You know, they're not gonna do as much damage.
Yeah, like the Greeks have just a bunch of man-sized statues.
Yeah,
but
and
they have
like
a
Italy has a
whole
bunch of them too.
Yeah.
They have a lot of them too, but like they're artistic. Like, are they gonna really win?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, the Statue
They don't
of
have
David
giant
isn't gonna
Abraham
do-
Lincoln.
Yeah, the Statue
Or
of
like
David isn't gonna do much damage.
Stonehenge. Those are big statues.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I was thinking when you said statues, I was like people statues, though. You know.
Yeah, not like faces carved into a mountain.
Stonehenge is just like a big rock. You know, it's
Yeah.
just a bunch of rocks. Yeah, so I don't know. I think we would win. Maybe Egypt would have a good chance, and then Easter Island would be a good one too.
Yes. If you disagree with us, send us an email.
Yeah,
Maybe
should.
someone lives in a different part of the world.
Oh yeah,
that
we
don't
should do
realize.
our blurb right now. That's the good part of
Is
the
this
show.
a good time for a blurb?
Yeah, you do it. Do it right now.
Anyway, you guys have been watching. We see the numbers, and
We
you should
see
send us an email. We see it.
We see you there watching this show or listening. We always get that wrong. Listening to this show.
Listening. Yeah, you should send an email
Yes, send an email now, right now.
to contact@timebatshow.com.
Contact at timebatshow.com.
Yeah.
That's also our website, timebatshow.com. Or you could tweet at us
at timebatshow.
Yes, that's our Twitter. And it's all one simple phrase, so you can remember it and you can lock it in. And send us your comments. Even send us your questions.
Yeah.
Send us what's like my deepest, darkest secret. Ask me that, and I'll tell you. But only if you ask. And then you don't have to do that, but I'm going to. So. Are you putting yourself up for that too? No.
I'll probably pick something funny.
Okay. So you're gonna lie about your deepest, darkest secret. Great, thanks. That's
I don't know. I'll tell something really funny.
okay. Yeah, well, you could do that right now, but that's fine. All right. What can you not believe is still legal in the world today? You have any ideas? This is too political. I've just decided to skip it.
No, it's hard. It's hard to think
Nope,
about.
it's too political.
No, it's not. We can do it.
Well, I just read the Reddit comments. I was like, nope. It's too political.
Why'd you read the Reddit
I'm
comments?
an idiot.
That'll
why.
destroy anything.
Yeah.
How about
People.
yeah? Why are those still legal?
I did it. That's it. People.
How about
Cars. Technology. Cups.
cups are fine. I like cups.
Cell phones.
Cell phones are good.
Marmalade.
Marmalade is alright.
Bats.
Too. Yeah, bats are pretty. I don't know. They eat mosquitoes. It's good.
Eyes. Ugly people.
I don't think we're gonna find anything that.
Eggs. The internet. California.
Yeah, California. What's up with that?
I think we have our answer.
Yep, that's it.
California. Okay. I have a good segue, actually, now that I just said the internet, so this is an interesting segue question for you. What would happen to the world if the internet just stopped working?
Total cataclysm.
Total chaos? You think the world would just
that's the end. Yeah, we're too dependent on the internet.
We're too interconnected.
Yeah.
Not only that, I feel like a lot of technology is for some stupid reason, like dependent on the internet completely working. You know?
Most of it is.
Yeah, like I don't know if no one got the memo of like, hey, remember interdependency? That's usually a bad idea or whatever, but they apparently didn't.
The internet is actually not an optimal system of devices.
No, I mean it's very ad hoc. Yeah.
Yeah, if you learn about what makes the internet, it's a very sobering and horrifying thing to learn about.
We just kind of put it together because we needed it to grow. But like, I don't know. I just don't understand how many devices are so reliant on the internet. Once the internet goes out, it's like, well, you're screwed now.
Yeah, there's a word for it that people throw around a lot these days. It's the Internet of Things. Like literally everything depends on the internet. Your thermostat, your dishwasher, hair dryers.
And if it goes out, you're just
phones,
done. Like it just
cars,
doesn't work.
Yeah. Global economic systems.
Yeah, like the stock market. Like I remember seeing something that's like some traffic lights were like wired to the internet. It's like, what are you doing?
Why are you doing that?
Like I just don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, so like, yeah, I think you're right. I think everything would just fall apart.
I read a super cool story that kind of concerns this recently. There's a company called Cloudflare that does a lot of cool tech articles sometimes, and they published this article about this neat DDoS DOS attack that someone did recently. They pretty much hacked into like 100,000 different disposable cameras.
What?
And used that to take down a website. Because they were all connected to the internet. They're like really crappy cameras, but they connect to the internet for some reason.
Disposable cameras connect to the internet?
I don't know if they were disposable, but they were just those like cheap cameras that you would get at Walgreens or they weren't American cameras, but
yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, somebody hacked into thousands of cameras and seriously
used those to
DOS attack someone. Like that's crazy. Like what if you hacked into all the dishwashers? Like what if all of the dishwashers had an exploit?
And the funny thing about that is like those like little things that don't mean a lot, like cameras or dishwasher or whatever,
they add up.
And they don't have like any security because they figure like who the hell's gonna hack into this? No one cares about this, so they put like no security on it, and then someone can do it. Yeah,
and that's
wild.
What happened.
That is wild.
That is horrifying.
I don't know how you like hack into that though. I guess you can if it's connected to the internet.
I mean, it's a lot easier than doing desktop computers, I guess.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's the new way to take down your website. Like,
just get all the washers and dryers
in
Scandinavia
you do it?
or something.
I got all the thermostats in the country of Chile to come together
to bring down a bank. Like,
and then we're gonna have this problem where we have to like put software safety on like the stupidest stuff. Like,
and how are you gonna give like updates to a
I don't know,
thermostat? You can't do it.
You can't. No one's gonna like do that. The real question becomes like, the real solution becomes like, stop making everything connect to the internet is really the solution.
Or like make a separate internet that's not connected to the main one.
Yeah, we'll call it like the dumb internet, where like all this stuff can connect to.
Like it's fine if this one fails.
Anything. Yeah, like it doesn't do anything to anybody. Like it's where all like the dishwashers and refrigerators and
cameras,
thermostats and cameras and all that crap can connect to.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid, dumb internet that no one cares about. I feel like a lot of like companies are making products that use the internet for absolutely no reason. Like it's just to have the internet in their thing. Like
just one really dumb feature, like it counts your steps or something.
Yes, this is a good segue into another question that I have, which is what is the most pointless innovation or invention which I feel like is very tied to this concept of the Internet of Things.
Yeah.
Because there's so much pointless crap out there that exists for absolutely no reason other than, hey, we can do this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and be a huge security liability.
Right. I saw, like, in, like, a Brookstone or something, there's, like, a grill poker that has, like, a temperature readout that, for some reason, connects to Wi-Fi, so it can tell your phone, like, when your steak is ready or something. Like, why is that why does that exist?
I've seen, this is actually kind of a cool concept, though. Like a fish tank that texts your phone pH levels and temperatures and stuff.
Yeah, good.
That's actually kind of cool, but yeah, someone could hack into that.
But it's connected to the
It's connected to the internet.
That's not as pointless, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's like they just keep making these things for no reason.
Yeah, the grill, though, you should just hang out next to the grill and just relax.
I think it's for like other people. Like you can grill and like it'll like send a text to like your buddy that's in the other room, like, oh, the steak's ready, or something. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
Like, it's
solving a problem that doesn't exist, is what it is.
Yes.
It's solving I mean, it's the same thing a lot of apps do. You know, like phone apps. Like, there's so many apps that don't do anything. I cannot
stand apps.
They do so many things, and they're, like, completely pointless. And then, like, investors in Silicon Valley are like, everyone's going to use this. And they give them like $1 billion, and then they die because no one fucking cares about, you know, tracking your dog's hydration levels. Like, nobody cares about that, you know?
Yeah, like every news organization has their own app. Like, you're actually going to put that on your phone instead of just going to a news aggregate like Google News or something.
I know, right?
Yeah. Like, if you want to read the news, you have to have, like, 50 apps on your phone.
Yeah, the best is when you go to the site on your phone, and it's like, sorry,
there's a half-page advertisement
that you have this app, and you're like, oh my god, kill me now.
Yeah, that just hurts me when I go to a website and there's, like, a quarter of the page is, hey, you want to try our app?
Which is hilarious to me, because the whole point of the internet to begin with was to give everyone access to the same data, like, unequivocally. You know what I mean? It was just like... It was, I'm trying to think of the word, but it was just basically leveling the playing field. Everyone got access to the same data on the internet at all times, and we didn't play any favorites. But this is like compartmentalizing all of that. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, oh, I want to see this story on the New York Times or whatever. Instead, it's like, oh, you have to download this specific app to have access to it, which is doing the exact opposite of what the internet started to do, you know? Like, you have to have specific things.
And it's pointless. Like, it's not like you get extra features
you don't get
with
anything out of it.
An app. You can make the same features using HTML5 as you can with any app.
I think
and
they
it works
do it because they can probably advertise better or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know
they can collect, they can collect data and advertise to you.
That's true.
And do targeted advertising and stuff.
Targeted ads. Targeted ads.
It's really annoying
thing.
It's like, hey, were you looking at cast iron skillets recently?
Well, guess what?
Now you're going to see them everywhere you go online.
Buy this internet-integrated cast iron skillet.
It sends you a text.
It sends you a text when it needs to be cleaned.
You should never clean a cast iron skillet.
And it also... No, I know. And it also downloads the latest recipes from food.com.
From Paula Dean.
She's
my favorite.
You can configure what website it goes to download the recipes, and then it just like it has a microphone on the side, and it just yells them at you. Like when you bring it out, it's like, I have a new recipe from Paula Dean, and it says it in like the voice of Paula Dean, and then it like just yells the ingredients at you. And then you're like, and as a zombie, you just do it. You're just like, this is the Internet of Things. This is
I really like that it says it in her voice, though. Like, you have a new recipe from Paula Dean.
Like, she recorded it. And she's like, Paul, we need you to come down to the studio and record you saying your name. She's like, why? And it's like, well, we're putting an app in this caster and skillet, and it's letting people have your recipes, and we need you to say your name so that they know it's you. She's like, all right. Then she records the cat. They do that with all the celebrities. Like, they have Emerald and all that stuff, too.
And it just sounds like your GPS. Like, you have a new episode from, I can't do an Emerald Lagasse, but...
Emerald's like, boom, Emerald.
Boom! You got... That's his alert. You have to pay $5.99 for it.
I feel like every podcast we do, we get to like this dystopian like advertising future that
dystopian food reality
that
television
we are like we're
advertising.
coming to this point in America and in the world where everything is just going to be crazy like advertising.
Yeah.
Scary.
I mean, we're laughing, but it's actually really scary.
Oh, Alton Brown could have one too.
See, the scariest thing is I would actually buy a lot of these, like especially the Paula Deen one.
When she like yells the recipe at you.
Just to hear my frying pan yell like Paula Deen would be.
And then put the butter in the skillet, y'all, or whatever.
Yeah.
You need these things first before you start. 12 ounces of butter.
12 ounces of cream.
12 ounces of more butter, but different butters. Yeah, that's what that's the skillet. But what were we talking? I completely forgot what we were talking.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, like targeted advertising and stuff.
Oh yeah. What was the original question though? Like, where did this come from?
Pointless inventions.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, which is definitely a pointless invention. Right?
Okay.
Something yelling at you. In Paula Deen's voice, which I would totally buy. Probably just to have I would be able to show people it. Like, I wouldn't use it. I would just...
That's one of those... Do you remember those old gimmick gifs where it's the bass singing?
Yes, it's just like it's the same thing.
It's just like that, except it's connected to the internet and has an app.
Wait a minute. Why hasn't this been a thing? Right? The singing bass was huge in the 90s. Why isn't there, like, a singing bass 2.0 that's, like... connects to the internet and downloads its own singing bass song.
It says your text to you in various humorous voices.
That. It's like the Amazon Alexa, but like as a singing bass.
Yes.
Right? It's like the Echo or whatever, the Amazon Echo. Or like Google Siri or whatever. But it's as a singing bass.
I think this might be a huge breakthrough.
But then it also sings. Like, that's also
it needs to do all the classic bass songs.
It's got to do all the classic singing bass, like Take Me to the River and all those stuff. But then
also an Internet of Things device that will read you recipes.
It's a voice recognition thing. It's like, hey, singing bass, what's the weather like today? And then it like sings the weather
it comes to life. And it sings you the weather.
It sings it. It always sings, though. That's like the rule of the singing bass. Like, what's the weather like, singing bass? And it's like, well, it's cloudy out today, and it's high of 83. And then it always tries to rhyme, too.
Yeah.
Because it's on the internet, it can go to a rhyming database and try to figure it out, But if it can't rhyme, it just, like...
That is such a cool product idea.
Yeah.
I would buy that.
The Singing Bass 2.0.
I would buy one for everyone. My whole family would get one for Christmas. It would be really
expensive, though, because, like, it's got all the voice recognition stuff. So it'd be, like, as expensive as, like, an Amazon Echo, which is, like, $200. But, like, probably a little more because it's a novelty thing, too. So it'd be, like, $220 or something.
That's fine. I'd still buy one.
Yeah, I mean, it would sing. It would do all the classic bass.
And be a bass.
Would it be like mounted like the old one?
Yeah, it would be
like
just
on your
like
mantle.
that old one.
It's like on your mantle.
It would do the little flop dance.
Yes. Every time it speaks, it would flop.
Yes. And it makes that weird mechanical sound that...
Yes. Like the old Chuck E. Cheese like robots or whatever. And like it doesn't need to do that in this day and age because the technology is advanced, but it like does it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I feel like your friends would come over to your like house or whatever and be like, "Oh, you have one of those really old singing bass," and you're like, "Wait, let me show you."
See this.
Yeah, wait till you see this. And then I wonder if they can find the same voice actor for that. I'm sure they can figure something out.
I mean, this is really something I would buy though. Like I would really buy that.
I know you would. You're very excited about the Singing Bass.
I'm excited.
Singing Bass 2.0. That's what we're agreeing is like the name.
Yeah, you definitely need it. No, it's the iBass 2.0.
Oh my god.
That's what it is.
Do you remember a few years ago when they just put I in front of everything?
Yeah.
Like they still do that not as much, but yeah, it's one of those kind of like it's just iBass.
Yeah, I don't know if Apple stopped
iBass.
people from doing that yet.
I think they did, but yeah.
It would be worth
The
paying
iBass.
to name it that.
It would look the same though, right?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Would it have like the same like really bad like painted
You could-
finish kind of?
Yeah, and you could buy accessories for it, like Christmas hats. And
wow.
Yeah, because they had that with the old Bass. They had like Christmas hat versions.
I didn't realize they had an accessory.
It wasn't accessories; they were different devices altogether, and they sang like different songs.
So this one you could like add on to the Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You can get like Christmas hat and like
Halloween lantern
mask or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, or jack-o'-lantern.
This is a multi-million-dollar industry right here.
Yeah, it really
this
is.
is an untapped market. This combines like information, like like high-end information devices, like
with nostalgia.
And comedy. Like
Yes.
it brings like three different consumer groups together. You know?
I feel like there's an irony element too that people really like these days.
Oh yeah, it would be
There's-
huge. It would
yeah.
be huge with hipsters. Yes.
Yeah.
It would be huge with hipsters because it'd be like really, I
Yeah.
have the singing bass. Ha 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 ha. You know.
Like I could have bought a device that works a lot better and does all
I
the
could
same
have bought
things,
a new
but
phone or a new laptop, but I bought the singing bass.
I bought a
instead.
Bass version.
It's like, and it's not really that good. Like it doesn't work very well. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty good, but it's like it's not that good. You know.
Yeah.
But like people own it because it's the singing bass. It's the iBass.
Yeah, it's iconic.
I feel like this is an untapped market though. Like technology and humor.
I mean, there is a huge market for like nostalgia things making appearances as modern
Yeah,
things.
and then just combine that with the tech
Yeah.
desires of the future, and there you go. You got the singing. You got the iBass.
That's iBass 2.0. That's the name of this episode, by the way.
Okay, you're just telling me now, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot of whatever. It's fine. All right, let's move away from the iBass. How much time do we have left? Like 10 minutes or so.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Yeah. What do you? I have a lot of questions left. Do you want to
That's
get
fine.
to the big ones? Like, why don't you ask, and I'll look if I can.
I don't have any really great ones left. If you have a good one, I have one that'll go quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Alex Trebek will be retiring in the next couple years. Who should be the next host of Jeopardy?
Oh, that's really hard.
Yeah. Does anyone come to mind off the top of your head?
No, but I feel like someone should.
Yeah, the problem with this question is everyone I can think of would never accept this job.
What do you mean?
Like someone
Like a smart
maybe,
person? Well, they have to be smart, right? That's like that's kind of part of the thing. Do you watch Jeopardy consistently?
Not consistently.
I used to watch it like every day, but anyway, so like I know a good amount about Jeopardy, but like I would call myself a fan. But the thing is, like, they would have to be like smart, you know, like an intellectual kind of person.
Yeah.
They can't just be like some random actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They would also have to have been around the block in pop culture and history and
Yeah. Well, I mean,
knowledgeable.
Alex Trebek wasn't super famous before Jeopardy, but yeah, I don't know. That's also hard because the person that gets this thing,
can't
they
do
basically
anything else.
that's their life.
Yeah.
You know, they are the Jeopardy person for the rest of their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And an actor isn't gonna.
An actor would never do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think an actor would do that.
No.
Maybe like a famous person. Maybe like a famous actor that's like not really doing a lot anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they did their big theatrical works in life, and now they just want to.
Right, and they would just want to ride the wave, kind of the thing at the end. Everyone I'm thinking of is already really old, and it wouldn't work because
I don't know. I'm thinking of Clint Eastwood for some
he's
reason.
old. He's super old too, though. That's the
I
problem.
know,
Alex
but-
Trebek is retiring because he's like in his 60s or maybe 70s. I don't know how old Alex Trebek is.
I'm thinking of Forrest Whitaker for some reason. He would be really funny.
Why are you thinking of Forrest Whitaker?
He'd be funny in Jeopardy. He has that really mean look on his face, and he could just stare people down.
True. I don't know why I thought of F. Murray Abraham would be good at Jeopardy, but he's really old too, so that doesn't work either. I really don't have anybody. Maybe like a retired comedian, like that's known to be like intellectual. Louis Black would be.
That's a good one.
Jeopardy host. I'm kidding. That's not good. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is good. Right?
How about a Penn and Teller?
Yes, I would watch that.
I'd watch that. Yeah.
I don't think they would do it, but I would.
Yeah, they kind of have their own.
Maybe just Teller though. He just like mimes.
He can't talk.
He mimes the questions.
They only work as a duo.
No, it's just Teller. Penn is not in it. Penn does the announcements every episode, like in the beginning, like "Welcome to Jeopardy!" Like Penn does that, and then Teller's the host, and he just
mimes all the questions. He
points at the questions, and he'll like do a mime if necessary. And then like when someone fails or succeeds, he'll like nod or shake his head.
Yeah, or like smack his head and be like, look exasperated.
Or have like a pad that he'll write on to like show people like no, that was wrong. Like this is the right answer or whatever.
I like Penn and Teller as an answer.
Teller's Jeopardy. Yeah, I don't think Penn would do it, but Teller might do it. He could do magic before every episode.
Yeah,
like he'd open with magic act.
Just a quick little 20-second.
A quick 20-second, like ball and cup kind of deal.
Welcome to
Jeopardy. Yeah, like that's the intro. Like the camera pans. You know how it, like pans down to the contestants and the lights go up as it's doing that. Teller's doing like a quick magic trick.
Yeah,
and then he goes to greet the contestants just like Alex Trebek. But then every time he like shakes their hand, he's doing like a trick too. Like he pulls like a coin out of their ear, or like a dove flies out of like a dude's like vest pocket or something.
He takes an empty cup of water and just like spills fluid all over.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they're like, "Wow!" And then the rest is regular Jeopardy with the person that doesn't talk.
I like it. Penn and Teller. That's who should take over.
Penn and Teller's Jeopardy, but Penn is only in it like a couple times.
Yeah,
he just jumps in when necessary. It would have to be in Las Vegas so they could still do their like Vegas show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. I think that's the best answer there. One more. What do you
time
think?
for one more?
One more question. Okay, I have to pick a really good one. Okay, this one can't be long. Okay.
Okay.
But you're probably gonna try to make it long. Okay, I always do space like tech questions, but whatever. 100 years in the future, humanity leaves for another planet. Okay, we leave behind a single stone monument explaining why we left and who we are. What does it say? And I'm gonna say that you can only use like one sentence. You have to sum up the whole thing in one sentence. Can you do it? I got one if you can.
What's yours?
Mine says it's a picture of like the classic like dad and his son like holding hands kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dad's like reaching down and the son's like reaching up and holding his hand and they're like looking at each other. It's like kind of like that park sculpture.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's that, and then the caption on the bottom it says "We fucked up," and that's
that's a good one.
And that's the statue.
I really like the juxtaposition of the happy father and the son, and it just says
that's it. That's the whole statue. I think aliens would figure that out.
I was just gonna say maybe just like a giant phallus.
Oh, that would work too. I mean, that explains a lot, I think.
Yeah, I think that encapsulates humanity.
If you boil humanity down into one symbol,
it's the big phallus.
It's that one. It's not just a phallus. It's a big one.
Yeah.
It's the big one. It would be. We don't need to describe this sculpture.
No.
I think everyone knows what we're.
Yeah, everybody has their own mental picture.
It would be a monument.
Fine.
Like it's a monument. Like it's monumental. It's a monument.
It is so big that it affects Earth's gravity, and Earth
falls
out of orbit.
No,
okay, no, sorry.
And that's why we left. Because we erected. It
was too big.
Because we erected this giant monument.
A fitting way to go.
We erected. See what I did?
Okay.
We erected a monument.
Were you gonna do one more?
Erected? No, that was all I had.
Big giant phallus, and that's how we end it.
See, we should just cut it there. Big giant phallus, and then the episode just cuts off.
Thank you for listening. Remember to go to timebatshow.com
and contact us at contact@timebatshow and tweet us at timebatshow. I'm Time Aces.
I'm Bat Snacks.
Thank you for listening. Good night, everyone.
Big giant phallus.